to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow. This feeling's too intense. We can't.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, their goal tonight is to play with the same type of effort at both ends of the court. They can't afford to let up at the defensive end, and that's a message I'm sure has been communicated to them in the locker room. And guys, it's hard to believe that for a portion of his career, Hassan Whiteside was having a hard time getting minutes at all. He was even out of the league for a few years. What clicked for him to become the player he is today?
Well, I've talked to him personally, Ernie, and he understood that work and focus was all he needed to be in the NBA. He started playing to his strengths. Every now and then he does silly stuff. I'll call him and say, hey, straighten up. That's why he got the big contract, Ernie.
Yeah, there seem to be times when he's not exactly dialed in.
He's not dialed in, but he's a young player. But, you know, when I don't see him dialed in, then that's when I dial in and say, yo, man, you got to get dialed in.
And he takes your calls?
Oh, of course he does.
Well, you know, it's hard to get second chances in this league, but he's made the most of them. And when he's making the most of them, he's getting them SLNs. You know what that is.
Shaq-like numbers.
Without question.
That's what that meant. Wow.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thanks, Kenny.
That'll do it for now. We send you to Kevin Harlan, who's got the call.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. Clark, when you went up against another great forward in the league, what was your mindset?
Ready, gentlemen? One, I wanted to go right at him. I wanted to put him on his heels if I could. And then I also wanted to be attentive to trying to disrupt him and make him uncomfortable, because if you can get a guy off his game a little bit, that can serve you and your team well. So early, I wanted to get off to a good start, be physical, and try to assert my will in the matchup right away.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Embiid is out there with Dario Saric, and it's Simmons in at the point guard. Now here's Covington. A rebound by Johnson.
And I think all the credit goes to the defense there, Kevin. Exceptional job getting the shooter to rush that layup.
Dragic kicks to Johnson. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Johnson's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Heat. Here's Saric. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Johnson kicks to Johnson. Whiteside a screen on Saric. Johnson can't hit.
And the defender was very apathetic there. Fortunately for them, he missed that mid-range jumper.
Here's Embiid, and the layup's good off the glass.
No easy chore keeping the 7-footer off the glass. Embiid crashing with intentionality.
Down low, it's stolen by Saric. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Oh, wow!
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he seizes it.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Now here's Johnson. Tipped away and stolen by Simmons. Here's Redick. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
A little bit of savvy on the part of Redick there. Gets his man into a bad position and then forces him to commit the foul.
Well, J.J. Redick had quite the interesting free agency period. Greg, ultimately he signs with the 76ers on a huge 1-year, $23 million deal.
Yeah, and this is the team that wanted him. Great fit with his shooting, something that they obviously needed. And Redick had a lot of suitors, but he saw something developing with this young Philly core.
First one falls for him.
You know, sometimes the great three-point shooters in the game don't carry that same success to the free throw line, but that's not the case with J.J. Redick. I mean, he's cash money from the stripe, too.
And both free throws good for Redick.
And J.J. Redick with the prototype when it comes to his release point on that jump shot. So quick off the catch. Always has his feet set and squared and ready to deliver that dagger.
And it's good. 2 points. Johnson's got 5 now. The 76ers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Good on the bucket.
Simmons putting his outstanding athleticism to use on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who knows exactly how to carve up the defense.
Hey, Greg, with Redick, that great shooting form he has is one of the reasons his game has aged so well.
And a lot of people wondered if Redick would be able to last in the NBA when he was drafted. Might have one of the longest careers of that draft class. Just keeps producing at any age.
Now here's Johnson. They get it again. Embiid kicks to Simmons. Plays it up and banks it in. Simmons got his 3rd basket of the night.
And I like watching Simmons go to work down low. I mean, with his length and strength, there aren't many guys that can keep up with him down there.
And stolen by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
To the paint. Here's Dragic. That shot, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Here's Covington. The shot's good. Covington's got his first points of the game.
Nice recognition here by Robert Covington, seeing a lane to the bucket and pouncing on it immediately.
Covington with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the 76ers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big 3 era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
Johnson with it. Now guarded by Redick. Dragic dishes to Johnson. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Heat. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture.
Oh!
Hey! Ooh, wow! And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
Johnson the screen. Back to Dragic from past the arc. Redick with the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Covington, and he lays it up and in. Covington's got 6.
Everyone on D looks a step slow in transition as they keep getting beat down the floor.
Johnson with it. Now guarded by Redick. Pulls up on the wing. And that one goes long. Philadelphia leading by 14. Rejected by Dragic. Johnson kicks to Richardson. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. Here's Simmons. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
The shot by Sharch, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Well, that's as easy as it gets, quite honestly. Riding solo and coasting all the way to the rack. No simpler than that.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
The feed to Johnson. To the middle, 5 on the clock, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And Hassan Whiteside in this deep, forget about it, Kevin. I mean, he's great at getting inside and finishing with force.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Philadelphia shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Olynyk comes in for Johnson. Winslow's checked in for Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Tyler Johnson.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
Olynyk with it, outguarded by Simmons. Dragic kicks to Olynyk. Wade passes to Olynyk. They set the screen. There's Winslow. No good on the 3. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it.
And the Heat call time here. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Eric Spoelstra. David?
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Amir Johnson's checked in for Philadelphia. Fultz comes in for Robert Covington. The Heat trail by 19. There's the pass to Adebayo. The dish now to Winslow. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Johnson. Now the 76ers on the break. Finished off the break.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Pass to Winslow. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Dragic kicks to Wade. Clock at 6. Knocked away. And it's blocked.
And the offense early on limited to just jump shots.
Guys, they're having a tough time getting the ball in close. And for the defense, when you can do that, I think you've already won half the battle.
Dragic dishes to Olynyk. Now here's Winslow. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. They need this, and Olynyk with the lay-in.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Johnson attacking. Second shot opportunity. Here's Ilyasova. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Olynyk can't hit. The 76ers leading by 23. Here's Bellinelli. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists tonight.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
To the inside. Winslow. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget, his second season in the NBA. Only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
Dragic against Ilyasova. Goes back up, and it's good on the layup. Ilyasova's got his second bucket of the night.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
And Fultz gets it to go.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
At some point, guys, it comes down to pride. Start banging on your chest and get after it from your heart. I mean, you've got to at least offer some resistance. You can't just let guys do what they want in there.
Shot clock at 5. Wade has the open look. Off target from outside. Philadelphia with the ball. Johnson goes in. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Winslow kicks to Dragic. Feeds it to Olynyk. Good ball movement here by Miami. Screen by Olynyk. There's Dragic with the 3. Simmons pulls it in. And it's the 76ers with the ball. And the shot is good from Johnson.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Heat shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Pass to Winslow. Shoots a 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Winslow's got 6 points.
Remember, he played the point guard position for most of high school, so Olynyk has retained that vision. Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now, taking them to the woodshed, super aggressive and owning the paint.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters. Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Dragic the pass to Olynyk. Winslow wide open. He fires. No good with the triple. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Johnson, good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Poke loose. Kicks to Winslow. Dishes to Dragic. Back to Winslow. Fires for 3. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 4 assists now tonight. And that one's good. Simmons.
I like the variety pack offense that Simmons gives you. A little bit of everything. I mean, and that's huge for his team. When you're guarding him, it's almost pick your poison.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we'll be back with you shortly. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And the 76ers have been rolling along, haven't they?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Yeah, nice beginning so far. This is how you play out of the gate.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, McConnell and Fultz, the playmaking pair in the backcourt. Bellinelli is out there with Ilyasova, and it's Johnson in at the center position. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. And the basket is good. Ilyasova's got 8 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And the basket by Wade.
I'm still kind of trying to figure out how that one went in. Don't think they drew it up that way, but hey, it still counts because it worked.
Took him no time at all on that one. He's got 10.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Ellington with it. Now guarded by Fultz. Olynyk has the open look. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Winslow with it. 9 points in the game so far. He feeds it to Olynyk. 5 to shoot. Tries a 3. Winslow's shot is off.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team.
Two.
And that one misses.
And probably the one constant of this Miami team the last few years has been their defense. They do a great job of making life difficult for opposing shooters, and it's been anchored by one of the best shot blockers in the game with Whiteside.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Richardson comes in for Justice Winslow, and it's Tyler Johnson in for Dwayne Wade. Good on the second free throw. And the Miami defense is more than just Whiteside blocking shots, as you might say. Greg, they do a great job of limiting opponents' threes.
Yeah, they challenge the 3-ball as well as anybody. Both contest the shot and close out to deny the attempt from even being taken. This roster does a great job of taking away space from shooters.
Out to the right wing, and here's Olynyk from the arc. Sinks the triple. Olynyk's got 14 points for the game.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him. Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Screen by Olynyk, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
James Johnson's checked in for Miami. Here's Embiid. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, and he knows how to utilize that size. He takes advantage of it. And that's why he's able to take his time on these shots, because he knows he has that extra height advantage.
Johnson outside, and there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Heat shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
One shot, line the lanes.
And that one falls for Ellington. And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or a young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams, had been there a year or two. Guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Butch Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes. And we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro.
Miami's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. To the paint, it's stolen by Šarić. Here's Redick. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Ellington dishes to Whiteside. Whiteside a screen. Johnson draws the double. It's stolen by Šarić. And here we go. Šarić all alone.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. They get it back. Kicks it out to Johnson. To the inside. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
In the corner, it's Richardson. The 3. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Richardson's got 5 points so far.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Covington with the steal. Plays it in off the breakaway. 12 points for him.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
You know, it's okay to give up a few if you're getting them back on the other end, but that hasn't been the case here.
And here's Richardson outside. Another shot, and Johnson finishes off inside. Johnson's got his second basket of the night.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. The 76ers also with a sub. Simmons checked in for T.J. McConnell. Here's Simmons. It's hauled in by the Heat.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Shoots. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
No good from Dragic.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Johnson outside. He dishes it to Richardson. From past the arc. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
And Miami shooting 43% for the game. Outside, Dragic. Passes to Whiteside. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 5 assists in the game. Here's Šarić, and slam dunk by Šarić.
Boy, what's most impressive about Simmons is how he finds the open man so consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Well, with Whiteside, no matter what he is doing, he is always setting the tone. The way he goes about defending the rim, it's like he's taking it personally that these guys are not going to score on him.
And you know what? He's a tone setter defensively. He gives his group confidence when he's on the floor. And, you know, teams are starting to realize you simply do not go at Whiteside. The block numbers might be down, but his defensive impact is as high as ever.
Embiid with the steal, and Embiid with a clear path to the hoop. And Embiid throws it down.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
And here is Johnson. He's got 8. To the inside. Whiteside lays it up off the glass. Whiteside's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, I like seeing the ball get to that spot. It doesn't get much better than that.
Here's Embiid. Again, Philadelphia.
He's been turned up this quarter, showing a lot of confidence and sinking a lot of his shots.
Dragic kicks to Richardson. Second chance shot. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, I like the first quarter he had. And I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
And, you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you'd think it's all about dunks. But I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Johnson. Justice Winslow comes in for Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Whiteside earlier in his career didn't have as many options to score, but Greg, he's been very conscious of keeping that improvement of his game, and especially on the offensive end.
And Whiteside has been self-motivated since he's come back to the NBA. He's got the great length. He gets the hooks. He's got that baby hook up over the defenders, the soft shooting touch, and he just continues to improve offensively, all the while still being a force on the defensive side of the floor.
And Embiid is H-E efficient. That's super efficient, folks. When he gets cooking, the defense knows they're in for a long night.
Here's Wade. A terrific shot on the turnaround. 1:31 left to play here in the second quarter. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Ilyasova can't hit. The Heat shooting it quite well. 52% from the field in the second quarter. Dragic the pass to Adebayo. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
And the shot goes in from Embiid.
And you can see how comfortable Embiid is, feeling like nobody can guard him in the paint. And he's right.
Outside Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. No good that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. Redick dishes to Simmons. Over Dragic. And that one's good. Simmons got 18 points in the game.
And Simmons is accustomed to finishing over all types of defenders. I mean, that jump shot is just pure money.
The feed to Dragic. Connects from three-point range. Dragic has got his second basket of the game.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I agree with you. I mean, they just look comfortable out there, taking what the defense gives them and then capitalizing with no real problem at all.
"16 seconds left to play here in the half. Wade double teamed. Adebayo passes to Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. Adebayo's got his second bucket tonight.
Good ball movement, wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
And so it's Philadelphia holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what has to happen to pull out the win?
Well, we have to play through some of the tough times, okay, whether it's a missed call or whether missed shots. This is a passionate game, and we got to stay the course.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, Bo. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everybody. So far, a pretty one-sided first half. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He had 20 points, 3 steals, and a crazy number of assists. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, so much has been made of Ben Simmons' potential, and we just witnessed it. The ball handling at his size, unreal. The vision, the instincts, and we can see he can score in a variety of ways. All of that is right there.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Ben Simmons in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. They've got Richardson. Tyler Johnson is out there with Dragic. Then it's Johnson, and it's Whiteside in at the pivot, manning the middle. And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see. A lot of losing in Philadelphia, just 47 wins over 3 seasons from 2013 to 2016. That's the second worst 3-year stretch in NBA history.
One shot, mind the lanes.
The free throw drops for Redick. And Clark, for the Sixers, it seems they're finally headed in the right direction.
Well, I think that's the benefit of patience and all of those high draft picks, Kevin. I mean, some people don't like how they did it, but they rebuilt the roster from the ground up, and I think it gives them a strong foundation going forward. And, you know, I have no idea how he missed that one. When there's no defense around, he's usually automatic from there.
They're doing work here in the second half, 3 or 4 to start.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Dragic with a wide open look. Another miss by Dragic.
And, 1 for 4, not a good start. I mean, they got to play with a little more energy this half.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And, through the long rebuild in Philly, the Sixers' strategy was to develop unproven players and try to find some diamonds in the rough. Not a bad way to go when you're going to be patient. And Robert Covington might have been their best find. A very good defender at both forward spots.
And Covington offensively, mostly a catch-and-shoot scorer.
Yeah, he plays well off others. His three-point percentage has kind of went south the last few seasons, but if he works on that, I think he's got a place with this team, or if not this team, then certainly in the league.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. Just 5 to shoot.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
And the 76ers with possession. They've scored 10 straight. It's good. 19 points for Dario Saric.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Right side a screen. Dragic with it. Now guarded by Simmons. Covington with the steal. Down low. Here's Redick, and he uses the glass on the layup. Redick's got his third bucket of the night.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Right side a screen. Richardson kicks to Dragic. Poked away, out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. The rebound by Johnson. For Miami, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively. Dragic kicks to Johnson. Knocked away and stolen by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Simmons doing a nice job there mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult for the opposition. And that's a mindset, but also activity and energy display.
Dragic dishes to Johnson. Johnson outside. Back to Johnson. He kicks it to Dragic. 5 to shoot. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
Richardson kicks to Johnson. Puts up a 3. Drills it from outside. Johnson's got 7 points in the game. Saric with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Here's Simmons. Now on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Goran Dragic. And the 76ers also making a change. Johnson, he's checked in for Joel Embiid.
Shooting 1.
And Ben Simmons said he didn't take a lot of outside shots in college because he didn't need to. He could get to the rim pretty much at will.
Well, he'll find that will not be the case at this level. His shots inside will be challenged a lot more. His perimeter shot has been the question mark, and that's where I think he's got to improve.
And Simmons slams it in.
the slashability of Simmons, really creating havoc for the defense with his aggressive cutting mentality.
The Heat have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Johnson, the pass to Richardson. On the wing, Johnson, 11 points in the game. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And Philadelphia making a change here. McConnell's checked in. Here's Johnson. Got a hand on it. And McConnell gets it to go. McConnell's got his first points in this one. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Well, Clark, your whole career, you were a fantastic rebounder. Really at all levels you played it. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best rebounders right now in the NBA?
Well, for me, it's all about the consistency of getting rebounds at both ends of the floor, and I tend to lean towards those guys that get a bunch of offensive rebounds. So in that regard, Kevin Love,
gentlemen, two
Hassan
shots.
Whiteside,
Two
Andre
shots.
Drummond, those guys are tenacious and highly productive on the offensive board.
The first free throw is good. And Greg, you hear about the competitive culture that this Miami Heat franchise has.
Yeah, and that doesn't always work for some teams, but it works for the Heat. This group will push each other all the time to be the best they can be. The practices have a feel of game-level intensity.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Philadelphia shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. And here are the Heat now. Richardson with it, now guarded by Redick. Covington with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Redick the bucket on the assist from Covington. Covington's got his 4th assist in this one. And it's the Heat with the ball. To the middle, here's Johnson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Johnson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Basket counts. 23 points for Dario Saric.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Johnson's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 19 points.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
No expiration date on their legs. They just seem to be fresher, and they're putting those fresh legs to good use.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Whiteside, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Johnson kicks to Whiteside. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Saric with it, and it's Johnson picking him up.
You know, when Redick passes like that, he makes everything easier for himself and his teammates, and I think he makes them a lot better as a unit, too.
Here's Saric, and slam dunk by Saric.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
That shot off the mark. It's Richardson on the wing. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Johnson's got assist number 8 now on the night.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
From deep, Richardson. It's not going to go for him. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Covington kicks to Šarić, and slam dunk by Šarić.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Heat shooting 43% from the floor. Here is Ellington. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Kelly Olynyk comes in for James Johnson. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Then for the 76ers, Ilyasova, he's checked in for Šarić. Bellinelli comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Fulton for J.J. Redick. Winslow's shot is off. Johnson's shot is off. Wade outside. On the wing, Winslow. Back to Wade from deep. A three-pointer is right on target. Wade's got his third basket of the night. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years. And a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they've found their treasure trove.
Philadelphia dictating the flow. And there's the pass to Ilyasova. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Ilyasova's got 12 points in the game.
In addition to Ilyasova's ability to light it up from the perimeter, he also feels pretty comfortable in the paint.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ilyasova. There's the dish to Olynyk. The putback. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's Ilyasova. Here's Johnson. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. He's got 16.
You know, you look at Johnson, he's in that upper echelon when you talk about offensive rebounders, so you've got to account for him.
Pass to Winslow. Feeds to Wade. Now Olynyk. 14 points for him. Clock is at 3. Here's Winslow. That one off the back iron and out. Philadelphia dictating the flow. Here's McConnell. Banked in off the glass. McConnell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Winslow kicks to Wade. Here's the screen for 3. Olynyk. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And he is pouring it on here offensively. Olynyk looks to be warmed up.
Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Inside. And the dunk by Winslow.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Olynyk with the steal. Now here's Ellington. Defense right on him. Pass to Olynyk. There's the triple. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Goran Dragic is checked in for Wayne Ellington. Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Miami with the ball. 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Ilyasova. Second chance shot, and Embiid lays it in. Embiid's got 22.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Yeah, and when you take a look at the stat sheet, they've got to do something to cut down on these second chance points. Box out and get to the defensive board.
And Embiid throws it down.
And Embiid loves to punch it now. The defense can't let him get that kind of position inside.
Dragic kicks to Olynyk. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for T.J. McConnell. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Embiid. Here's Fultz. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Fultz has got 6.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
Well, I tell you what, offensive rebounding is really an important statistic. Maybe undervalued a bit, but those extra possessions really do help.
And Dragic has it in the corner. Again, the miss by the Heat. And so it's Philadelphia, able to put on a show for the ages. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
We have got to get shots. Trust each other right now. Let's get shots, okay? We got some good looks. Cannot afford to turn the ball over.
An emphasis on offensive efficiency there by Eric Spoelstra, trying to keep his guys fully engaged.
Yeah, and patience with the ball is key. Don't force anything. Work together. Take what the defense gives you.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Anderson is out there with Ilyasova. Then there's Richaun Holmes. And there's Fultz. And it's Korkmaz in at the 2. And Holmes throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Ball's knocked loose, stolen by Winslow. And it's Magruder in the corner. Offline with his 3. And here are the 76ers now. Here's Holmes. And Winslow pulls it down.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Holmes, good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Winslow dishes to Dragic. Here's the screen. Mickey kicks to Winslow. Just 4 to shoot. Over Anderson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Miami the other way. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Dragic gets the bucket.
He's the kind of player that even the best defense has no answer.
Here's Ilyasova. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Holmes got 6 here in this quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Winslow kicks to Olynyk. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Olynyk's got 19 points.
I love the compact stroke there for Olynyk.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Dragic the pass to Olynyk. There's Winslow. The three-pointer off the mark.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Count the basket. 8 points for Markelle Fultz.
Man, I love the energy Fultz plays with, Kevin. I mean, when he's deep in the paint, he's really comfortable going up to shoot it.
Dragic kicks to Olynyk. Dishes it to Winslow. He feeds it to Dragic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And, you know, last season, it seemed like it was a strong return to form for Goran Dragic, who was able to be more ball dominant when he was on the floor. And that style seems to work to his advantage, and he just seemed more comfortable in his role with this team.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, with Dragic and his statistical resurgence for several seasons, he had been sharing playmaking duties with guys like Wade and Bledsoe.
And as great as those players are, Dragic is best when he's the lead guard. Seems to be best paired with a shooter. A player's mentality can change when he is or isn't the primary ball handler, and that's been the case with Dragic. Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Passes it to Mickey. Winslow kicks to Mickey. Here's Magruder. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done. You just make the assumption that's going down. I mean, an uncontested mid-range jumper, I think he should have buried it, but you know what? He didn't. It happens.
Here's Dragic from outside, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
No coverage that time.
And you got to guard Fultz from this spot. I mean, when he has the space to fire from deep, he makes the defense pay.
Dragic kicks to Winslow. Here's Magruder. Tipped away. It's stolen by Fultz. Goes up. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Hey, that's a big piece of the pie when you're talking about winning basketball, fast break points. I mean, because most of the time, those are easy hoops.
Magruder kicks to Babbitt. Dragic with it, now guarded by Fultz. Good ball movement here by the Heat. 5 on the clock. Another miss by Dragic.
Oof, rough game offensively. He's really struggled and really probably why they're trailing.
And it goes down 2 points.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, certainly a step up from the first half. They're more engaged, more focused here in this second half, and they're getting good results.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Saric is checked in for Philadelphia. Dragic kicks to Mickey. He dishes it to Winslow. Can they get it? And he goes in for the dunk.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he?
Yeah, you know, the refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
Uncovered. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And they pick up 2.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
There's the pass to Magruder. Kicks it to Dragic. Goes up from the top of the key. Yes, that goes in. Dragic has got 6 points in the quarter. Here's Fultz. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. He has a scorching 86%.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Don't let Babbitt shoot.
Here's Babbitt, covered by Šarić. Babbitt kicks to Dragic. Pass to Mickey. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And, you know, we can't measure heart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time.
Yeah, I like the variety, though. Nice to switch it up.
Dragic dishes to Babbitt. There's Winslow. Off target with his 3.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. That's on Goran Dragic.
Rashawn Holmes. 2 shots.
Two.
That free throw good from Holmes. And when you look at the Sixers, Clark, that very young roster, how soon do you think it'll all come together?
Well, they've got a lot of good pieces, particularly with the superstar potential of Embiid and Simmons. If they're able to stay healthy, the playoffs might not be too far away. As far as contending for a title, way too early to project that.
Both good from the line that time.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Magruder kicks to Babbitt. Outside Dragic. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Dragic has got 9 points in the quarter.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
That's exactly how you set the table. Great dime there.
The Heat shooting here in the fourth quarter, around 41%. The feed to Babbitt. Here's Magruder to the wing on the left. Here's Adebayo. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Tries to save it.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Wade misses. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Dragic kicks to Babbitt. All sorts of time. Offensive rebound.
If you're a pro, you got to drain that shot. I mean, doesn't matter who you are. The defense left him wide open. Pros make those. He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Dragic kicks to Babbitt. Outside Dragic. The dish to Babbitt. From deep. And it's Magruder missing. The 76ers shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Beyond the arc. Buries the long-range jumper.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Holmes can't get it to go in. The Heat shooting around 41% on the night. The 11-footer, and it's Magruder missing. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Wade left side. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Man, the confidence and flair that Wade plays with, uniquely his own, a dynamite 2-guard who is also a clutch performer.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing, and Miami making a change here. Ellington's checked in. Good on the second free throw. And the 76ers with possession. It's Anderson with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Anderson's got 4 this quarter.
And the athleticism of Anderson is really impressive, slashing to the rim with ease. Excellent speed allows him to do that.
To the middle. Here's Adebayo. Rebounded by Holmes.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And there's the foul. It's on Rodney Magruder. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And the Heat making a change here. Dragic has checked in. He used that pick to get in close. Holmes got 20.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Yeah, he's clicking right now, and at the right time too, Greg. I mean, playing with a bunch of confidence in this fourth quarter.
And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Mickey's checked in for the Heat. Here's Dragic inside. Adebayo.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Philadelphia.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Dario Saric.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Holmes with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, going to be rather flat.
Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Timeout called, the 76ers. What's your take, guys?
And you just have to avoid silly fouls here, guys. Defend with caution, maybe get ready to make some free throws. If they can do that, they'll be looking really good here.
now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Dario Saric.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He got an extra boost from the grief these fans were giving him here tonight. They were riding him hard all night, and he ate it up. Some guys just like being the villain, I guess. For three, Ellington. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Holmes. Again, Philadelphia.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
And Goran Dragic drops them both. Anderson outside on the wing. Johnson unloads from 9. Almost, but it rolls out.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.